everybody, it's Harvard lawyer Lee. I am going to be attempting for about the 5th time now to recap the entire week of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard in just 10 minutes. It was a packed week, lots of witnesses, lots of stuff happened. So I'm going to be trying to catch you up on the entire week in as short a time as I conceivably can. So hang on. I am definitely going to leave out important parts because I'm trying to do this in 10 minutes. Please, if you remember some really interesting parts that you think would be important for other people to read, put those down in the comments so other people will know some of the extra points that I just couldn't fit in. Johnny Depp was first up on the stand. They played some more horrendous excerpts of the fights between Johnny and Amber. The most sensational comment I thought was from Amber when she said, "Put your effing cigarette out on someone else." Depp said that was grossly exaggerated. He flicked some ash at her. Depp also said at one point, "If I don't walk away, it's going to be a bloodbath like it was on the island." That indicated that Johnny Depp was trying to walk away, one of the points he's been making. At one point, Johnny Depp's lawyers asked him how he had responded after Amber Heard goaded him in one clip to try to tell the world, "I, a man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence." And Johnny said, "Yes, I am." And that's critical because it encapsulates Johnny's case, that he was the one abused, not the abuser. He also talked about the fact that he was dropped from the Pirates franchise within days after Amber's op-ed came out. The next witness was Ben King. He was the house manager for the property that Johnny Depp had rented for filming Pirates 5 in Australia. Amber Heard and he had a hellacious fight at the house that was rented. Ben King said the house had $50,000 worth of damage. He also said he was the one who found the severed finger, like a really bad Easter egg hunt where you don't want to find the Easter egg. He said he found it directly below the bar, which supported Johnny Depp's claim that it was severed when his hand was sitting on the bar and Amber threw a vodka bottle at him. Ben King also said the mirror behind the bar was smashed, which also supported Johnny's claim that this was the second bottle Amber had thrown at him. When Ben asked Amber Heard what had happened at the fight, she replied, "Have you ever been so angry with someone that you lost it?" He said he observed long, thin marks on both of Heard's forearms, which could support Amber's story that she was hurt too in the fight, or could support that Amber was cutting. There was testimony about that later in the trial. On Tuesday, we had Tara Roberts. She was the estate manager of Johnny Depp's private island in the Bahamas. See my video, Island Attack, which I'll link below for more details. Roberts witnessed a fight between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Amber Heard yelled at Johnny, telling him he was a washed-up actor. He was going to die a fat, lonely old man. Johnny Depp was walking out of the house and called back to her, "You hit me with a can." Amber grabbed his shirt to pull him back into the house, and Tara said she was viciously trying to pull him back in the house, clawing, grabbing at his clothes, grabbing at his hair, trying to pull him back, and also that Johnny Depp had a mark across the bridge of his nose. Depp didn't react or do anything back to Amber. Tara Roberts said she found a can of mineral spirits on the deck and paintbrushes and art supplies in the bush, which supports Johnny's story. She saw no injuries on Amber. Dr. Shannon Curry testified next, and it was, in my view, probably the most damaging and dramatic testimony of the trial for Amber Heard. She said she met with Amber Heard for 12 hours and did a psych eval of her. She concluded that Amber has histrionic personality disorder and borderline personality disorder. Characteristics of those disorders, she said, would be someone who has explosive anger when someone needs space, someone who's concerned with their image, very attention-seeking, often very attractive. She said those disorders can be predictive of a person who is abusive to the other partner, and that it could mean a temper coupled with a charming and personable nature. It can mean a person very full of rage and with an intense fear of abandonment. One of the interesting things she said was that a test for trauma showed that Amber Heard was in the 98th percentile for intentional exaggerating, meaning she had engaged in extreme levels of exaggeration. When a person like this feels they are not the center of attention, Curry said they often make up stories or take on a victim role. Hurry also noted that Amber had told another psychologist that she had self-harmed by cutting her arm, so refer back to what I said earlier about the marks on the arm that Ben King saw. Overall, this was extraordinarily damaging testimony and has ramifications for Amber Heard far beyond this trial. There were 3 police officers who have testified at trial. They responded twice, actually, to a 911 call on May 21st, 2016 in the big last fight between Depp and Heard. Heard says Johnny Depp threw a cell phone at her during the fight and it hit her in the right cheek and eye. The police officers admitted it wasn't brightly lit and they were not specifically looking for bruises, but all 3 said they did not see any physical indications on Amber Heard's face, that she looked like she'd been crying, but not like she'd been struck by a phone. They also saw no physical signs of a domestic violence incident in the penthouse where Amber and Johnny lived. Amber Heard refused medical treatment. We then heard from the doorman, Alejandro Romero. He became an internet sensation. People really liked his testimony. He's the one who found the video footage of Johnny walking back and forth in the elevator. He said Johnny looked agitated, and that was remarkable to him because most of the time Johnny's really calm, just a really happy person. And this was the first time he'd seen him like that. Just 2 days after the fight, he said he was 3 feet away from Amber Heard when she and her friend Rocky came down to ask for a key to the unit. He said he did not notice anything like bruises, cuts, swelling, etc., and even under some pretty tough cross-examination, he stuck to his guns and said he thinks he would have noticed something like that. Now, the Thursday day of the trial may have seemed a little technical, but it was actually very important for the case. Terrence Doherty is the ACLU's COO and general counsel. He testified that after the divorce, Amber Heard had announced publicly that she was going to give all $7 million she got in the divorce to charity, $3.5 million to the ACLU, and $3.5 million to a Los Angeles Children's Hospital. In the UK case, she submitted a statement saying she had paid it all, and certainly that was the impression a lot of the media had and reported. But Doherty said so far Amber Heard has just paid $350,000. In addition, Johnny Depp paid $100,000 for her, and 2 secretive donor funds paid $500,000 and $350,000. At least one of those, the ACLU believes, is linked and controlled to Elon Musk. Doherty also said that ACLU staffers actually originally drafted the Washington Post op-ed in conjunction and working with Amber. The original version referred directly to Johnny Depp, but her legal team cut the direct references out. Importantly, very importantly, he said that the title of the article, which referred to sexual violence, was written by the Washington Post, not originally the title of the article sent over. That's important because it's the only place where sexual violence was written. Watch my video on Amber's big mistake to learn why that matters so much. Edward White testified next. He was a CPA and Depp's business manager. He talked about a May 24, 2016 letter from Heard's divorce attorney, Samantha Spector. Spector said in the letter that Heard wouldn't immediately file a request for an order of protection against Depp if Depp gave her access to his SUV that she was driving and 3 downtown Los Angeles penthouses, all at his expense. She would do everything possible to keep this personal matter out of the media spotlight. Malcolm Connolly testified next. He was Depp's security guard and heard the fighting at the infamous March 2015 Australia fight. He said Amber seemed crazy that day. He talked about cleaning out Johnny Depp's wound, the bone sticking out. He said he saw Amber Heard throw a cigarette lighter at Depp's chest on another occasion, and that while he never saw injuries on Heard, he did notice scratches and swelling on Depp, mostly on the left-hand side, and it was getting more regular. Starling Jenkins, Depp's driver and bodyguard, testified that Amber Heard told him she threw Depp's phone and wallet off the top floor, off the balcony of their penthouse, that he then tracked down the phone, found it in the possession of a homeless man and got it back for $420, chicken, tacos, chips, apples, and Fiji water. He said he saw Heard. There were no injuries or marks on her that he noticed, and that Heard talked to Jenkins about having left a surprise in Depp's bed, apparently the poop we've heard about. She called it a practical joke gone wrong. Two last witnesses, Christian Carino, Depp's agent, testified that he believes Depp lost Pirates 6 film and his career was damaged due to Heard's abuse allegations. He also said that Heard wanted to meet with Depp despite the protective order, the point being Amber must not have been scared. And finally, Laura Wasser testified. She represented Johnny Depp in the divorce. They tried to settle outside court. She mentioned specifically that they had met privately, Amber and Johnny, despite the restraining order, meaning Amber wasn't scared. And she also said that Heard's divorce lawyer, Spector, had filed for the protective order without contacting Wasser. Particularly egregious, she felt like, because the two had already been talking about the regular divorce proceedings. It wasn't like Samantha Spector didn't know who was representing Johnny. So that's my quick down and dirty. Please like and subscribe, and I will keep you up to date on what happens. This is a critical part of the trial, and you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching.